In this video, I'm gonna share with you how I made over $20,000 on one sports card of Shohei Ohtani, and it's gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna walk through the exact step-by-step, how I bought the card, how I made all this money, etc. First off, I saw this card on Facebook. This is where I found the card of Shohei Ohtani, and it was a 2018 Bowman Chrome Atomic Auto. For those of you guys who don't know, that is Shohei Ohtani's rookie year. That's why the card was pretty expensive. Now, this card was graded a 9, okay? It was graded a 9 by a company called Beckett. Now, Beckett, what they do when they grade a card, it has its big grade, which is a 9, but this grade is made up of 4 subgrades, which in other words are 4 pieces of criteria that they look at when they're grading a card. Corners, edges, centering, and surface, and then also there's autograph. And now this specific card, the subgrades were 9 centering, and 8.5 edges, 9.5 surface, and 9.5 corners. So the problem with this specific card was the edges and the centering. Now, I saw this card on Facebook and the person was asking about $11,000, and the last one of these cards actually sold for $12,000. So I knew it was a decent deal. And I was taking a look at the card virtually on my computer through Facebook, and it looked better than it was graded. Sometimes these cards get undergraded, right? These cards are graded by humans who make mistakes all the time. And I was looking at the edges and they were graded an 8.5, and I was looking for the problem with the edges. I saw a tiny little error, but nothing crazy. And then the centering on the card also looked pretty solid. I've seen much worse cards get 9.5 centering. So this card intrigued me because I knew if I could crack it out of the case, send it off to PSA, and it had a chance of grading a 10, I'd make a lot of money. So I was interested enough in the card, and I said to myself, even if this card grades a 9, I'll probably at the absolute worst break even or make a little bit of money because I'm getting a pretty good deal on the card. So after going back and forth with the person, let's call that person Bob. Bob lived in Pennsylvania, I lived in Arizona, but I had a friend who also lives in Pennsylvania, so we came to the agreement I would pay Bob $9,750 for the card, which is a pretty good deal because the last one did $12,000, and I wired my friend $9,750. He went, he picked up the card, he cracked it out of the case, and the card looked pretty decent. The centering was on point, the edges looked solid, and the corners and surface we already knew was good. All right, so my first instinct was to send this card to PSA. Now, PSA, they are more lenient on centering. So your card could be a little bit off-centered, like 60% to 40% on one edge, and it could still grade a 10. What PSA is strict on is the corners. After seeing the card, discussing with my friend, I decided it would be best to send it off to PSA to get regraded. And I sent it to PSA, and lucky enough, it graded a 10. If you're enjoying the content of the video and you want to learn how to make a side income with sports cards, I spent the past 3 months putting together a training to show you exactly how it's done in detail. Sports cards has allowed me to live a life beyond my wildest imagination, and I'm thankful for the hobby every single day. That is the reason I teach sports cards, and I am so passionate about it. At the end of the training, we offer a paid program where you can work closer with me. However, I don't want you joining until you've watched the free training I put together. It will show you exactly what's inside the program and how to make money with sports cards, and from there, you can make an educated decision. So if you'd like to sign up for the free training, either scan the QR code on the screen or text Eric to 631-544-7005 or click the link in the description. Just to repeat it, you can either scan the QR code or text Eric to 631-544-7005 or click the link in the description. Now let's get back to the video. So just to be fully transparent, I haven't sold the card yet. I do have a few offers ranging right around $30,000, which I'll probably accept one of them or maybe take it to a card show. I'm not exactly sure, but pretty good money. Now, the biggest thing to look at in something like this and why sports cards are so great is look at my upside and downside, right? So honestly, if you asked me 3 months ago, what are the chances of this card grading a 10? I'd probably say like 30%, 20%, because it's just not easy to grade such a high-end card a 10. But if this card graded a 9, I'd break even, probably make a little bit of money, right? That's a great gamble. break even or make a little bit of money, or make a ton of money, right? That's why sports cards is so profitable, and you could do it at a much smaller scale with $100 cards, or you could do it with $10,000 cards. So that's how I made $20,000 with one card of Shohei Ohtani. Honestly, I take these gambles all the time. Usually they don't pay off. Usually I end up breaking even, but in this specific case, it obviously worked for me, which is great. But yeah, hopefully this just shows you another way to make money with sports cards. Honestly, cracking cards out of a case and sending it back in for grading, I don't really recommend doing it until you've been in sports cards for at least 6 months to a year and you've made money and you understand how the grading system works, because there's so many cards out there that you could buy for $100, $200 that have not been graded yet, and they're much easier to make money with. And then also these high-end cards, once you get it back from grading, now you have to sell it, and it's just obviously harder to sell a $30,000 card than it is a $300 card. So honestly, this is more of an advanced technique that I don't recommend doing until you're a little bit more advanced with sports cards. But I just wanted to put together this video just to show you like what you can do with sports cards at scale. Some of these huge cards are undergraded and were graded years ago, and you could take advantage of just the system and if you know how to work it. So hopefully this video gave you a little bit of value. Comment below what you think. Once again, probably hold off on doing this until you've been in sports cards for a little bit. I don't recommend going out there and buying a $10,000 card, but like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.